Thank you for watching, and remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your support.
Cone, you could still be seeing effects. So I don't want you to go, oh, it's fine, I'm going to the Jersey Shore. No sweat. Still could be dealing with some of the ocean effects, the rip currents, the rough surf. But our forecast cone, that expected track for this system, we continue with the westward motion just for a little while longer. Then we make the turn to the north, and that's going to keep the storm riding right along the coastal areas of the U.S. However, when it gets up closer to New England, we again anticipate a little westward swing with that track, and that could bring it very close to or even over land across sections of the New England states. So coastal areas from Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine want to be watching this one very carefully. However, if you're in Jersey, if you're in coastal Virginia, I'd still be watching this one very closely as well. That trend to the west has been one that's continued here over the past few days. We look at the last few forecast cones beginning on Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock. That's when we began to get a little bit of New England, the Cape of Massachusetts. Then we saw a more westward shift, and we've continued with that westward shift. So continuing to see areas like Boston, Providence in that forecast track gives us a little more credence that this is something that's a bit more certain. And Dr. Knabb, again, whether or not we get that direct landfall, if the center of this moves over land, we could still be looking at some significant effects.
Yes, because it's probably...
I want to get you caught up on the latest with Tropical Storm Henri. Currently a 65-mile-per-hour tropical storm. Pressure at 997 millibars, moving to the west at 10 miles an hour. But that westward motion will soon change to a more northerly trek. This is currently 450 miles to the south-southeast of Cape Hatteras. So when we look at where it is, you can still see it's pretty south. It's to the south and west of Bermuda, but it's going to make that northern pathway. Could be bringing coastal impacts to areas even outside of the cone where we find ourselves within the forecast cone. That would be our New England states, portions of Connecticut, all of Rhode Island, eastern 2/3 to 3/4 of Massachusetts, all of New Hampshire, and portions of Maine. A little bit of eastern Vermont also in that forecast cone. So what we could be looking at is a direct impact, direct landfall. Whether or not we even get that, we're still looking at the possibility of significant effects into some of our New England states, both coastal effects and, of course, depending on how close this gets, rain and wind as well. Mike? It's like, I mean, you know, sometimes you get the trickle of water around you. You're just, you know, you're feeling so relaxed. You're enjoying the sun. You got the warmth. And next thing you know, people think you're a dead body. But, yeah, try to maybe stick with the pools. What is it? As TLC would say, stick to the swimming pools and baby pools you're used to. Don't stick to rivers and lakes. They don't want you in those. 3 and 2 for your Torcon values today across parts of Colorado and Nebraska. So isolated risk of a tornado. So the rain and thunderstorm threat today will be staying farther to the north and west of Tulsa. We look at the water vapor imagery. There's our low. There's our disturbance that is triggering a lot of that thunderstorm development. Our watch, severe thunderstorm watch, continues until 8 o'clock Mountain Time for portions of Colorado, Kansas, and Nebraska. These areas east of Denver getting in on plenty of thunderstorms. Even into western Nebraska, we don't have a ton of warnings there, but we have a ton of lightning. So if you're hearing thunder, you need to be inside. But you can see a lot of these storms, including all across western Kansas, are warned. Hail and gusty damaging winds would be the threats right around Goodland, east of Denver, and along the Colorado-Nebraska state line. We'll be right back.